is your girl, Khadijah from KhadijahCoaches.com. And I am so excited to come on camera to talk to you today. And actually, this is my second video, but y'all, I had to get my life together. I had to get my life together. So I said, I decided I'm going to come back on here and talk to you all once I got myself together. It has been a very, very phenomenal, life-changing weekend for me. I'm coming today to talk to you about Millionaire Mind Intensive. It was this weekend, Friday, February 27th through March 1st, and y'all, it's 12-hour days, right? So you spend about 36 hours in this intensive. And when I tell you Millionaire Mind Intensive, intensive is the operative word. It is the operative word, because you think that you're going to go to a seminar, right? Most of us know, like, when you hear the word seminar, you think about going and sitting and listening to information. And this seminar is not your typical seminar. There are times where you are sitting and you're listening, but there are a lot of times where you are getting up and you are dancing and you're laughing and you're crying. You are getting into groups with people. You're networking. You are, did I say dancing? You're dancing a lot. And it's all designed to keep your mind engaged. And it's designed to keep your whole body engaged, right? So I'll give you an example. You can say affirmations all day long, right? And you could get in the mirror and you can be like, you know, I am truly grateful for all the money I have now. I get rich doing what I love. I'm a generous giver and an excellent receiver. Right? That's very boring and very monotone and very trifling. Let's just say it's boring, right? And the universe is not responding to that. So you have to give it feeling. And that was one of the things that I got from this seminar this weekend, is you better say things with feeling. So, versus how I did it the first time, how I'm going to do it, demonstrate it now. I am truly grateful for all the money I have now. I get rich doing what I love. I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver, right? See the difference? See the difference in that? Like, would you respond to the first one or to the second one? The second one, right? It's more lively and it's more involved, and you know, you could see a little bit more of my body language. And that was one of the things that was so helpful for me, because I love affirmations. I love saying things with feeling and you know, getting things into my mind. But the part, I believe, for me that was missing was like saying it with the feeling and the vigor and giving it life and using my body, you know, my whole everything to put into the affirmation. And we did a lot of that this weekend, because energy is everything. You know, energy is everything. You know, if I got on these videos and I kept talking to you guys like, yeah, you know, I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive. And you know what? The reason why I had to go back and do this video was because I was doing it like that. Yeah, you guys, you know, it was really great. And, you know, I had fun. And, you know, here are my takeaways. And Spirit said, no, ma'am. You better get your life together. You better go in that bathroom and you better put some makeup on, and you better put some earrings on and put some jewelry on and get your life. So I had to stop this video that I did before and get myself together and come back and talk to you guys in the proper manner. And, you know, I guess the biggest takeaway that I got this weekend was I am enough, right? And this is a message that I said on the previous video that I really, really feel is so important and so vital to share with you guys, because I feel as women, we always think we're not enough, right? Oh, if I do one more thing, you know, then I'll be ready to do this. Oh, if I do this one more thing, you know, then I'll be ready to do that. And I want us all to stop that. I'm talking to myself first and foremost. But as a money and wealth coach, I cannot coach you guys on anything that I am not doing myself. I don't believe in that philosophy at all. I don't believe in coaching someone on something that I myself have not done. To me, that's not a true leader. The leader leads the way, and there's a meme that goes with that. But there's a meme that says something like, leaders, bosses show the way, and leaders go the way. I think I'm just paraphrasing. I don't know the exact wording. But the idea is that when you're leading a group of people, you walk the walk ahead. Right? You show by your action. You don't point and say, this is what you should be doing. So, anyway, this weekend was absolutely phenomenal. I encourage everyone who is looking at this video to please sign up for this program. It is a free event. They don't feed you any food or anything like that. They provide water, but they give you ample breaks, and they give you a lunch break, and then they give you a dinner break, because like I said, it's a 12 to 13 hour day. And let's see, another takeaway that I got. Oh, let me talk a little bit more about being enough, right? Here's the thing. You are so much more than you could ever imagine. And I got that saying actually from Dr. Venus Opal Reese. And if you don't know who Dr. Venus Opal Reese is, please look her up. She always ends her videos with that. You are so much more than you have ever been taught to believe. And I've been listening to her, and I heard her say that. But after this experience this weekend, like, that is in me. That I am so much more than I've ever been taught to believe. You know, we've been really conditioned all our lives to look at money in a certain way, right? Perfect example. Money is the root of all evil. That's not even what it says. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of it, right? We know for a fact that in the society that we live in, you have to have money to do anything that you want to do in your life. That's just a fact. If you have a problem with that, I suggest you get over it. Because it's not going anywhere. You can't avoid it. You can't hide from it. You can't run from it. And another one of the exercises that we did this weekend is usually people fit into 4 categories. Money monks, savers, spenders, and avoiders, right? And they broke us up into all of these groups, right? So I was in the savers group because I love saving money. You guys know I'm doing the challenge, and I'm showing you the money jars, and you know, I got all this stuff going on where I'm saving money. And so you have to come up with the name of your group, and it's just a really interactive exercise. And really what you take away, or what I took away from it, is there's good and there's bad in everything, right? You know, there's good things about being a saver, or there's good things about being a spender. You know, it is all in your perspective, and it's all in finding the balance, right? That was the takeaway from the exercise. don't take yourself so serious, number one, because we were in there hysterically. Like there was this one lady I met, and I told her when we were leaving, I said, you know, I will always remember you, because when we did the exercise with the savers and the hoarders and the money monks and everything, you were hysterically laughing, and I'll always remember your voice for that. Which brings me to another point. While you're there, right, you can never sit in the same chair that you start out with, right? So like if you started out in the morning sitting on the left side of the room, you have to get up after lunch, you know, when you come back from lunch, and you have to find somewhere else to sit. And that was a really big thing for me, because as an introvert, I don't have a problem being by myself, right? And I'm not a person typically who would go out and meet people just to meet people, right? But that exercise really taught me to get out of that. You know, to be an introvert is not a good or bad thing. You know, it's a lot like the money exercise of, you know, being a saver is not a good or bad thing. You just have to find a balance in that, right? So as an introvert, I just have to find the balance. The type of work that I do as a coach, I have to talk to people. I have to get to know people. I love talking to people one-on-one. I think my challenge is sometimes being in a group and learning how to navigate and talk to everyone in the group and really feel like I'm a part of the group, which leads me to another thing that we learned. Oh my God, there were so many things that I took away from it. Working with a team. You can't do things by yourself. That was another great takeaway from this weekend's events. If you're a person that tends to think that you got to solve the world's problems and you're going to solve them all by yourself on your own, think again. The rich and successful and the wealthy do not think like that. And if you look at corporations and you look at these big companies, there is a person that's quote unquote like the head, but then there's this whole team of people working to keep the company thriving and growing, right? So no man is an island, and there's a lot of exercises that you do while you're there where you're broken into teams and you're broken into groups, and you have to learn how to, you know, have that camaraderie with other people to accomplish whatever the goal is that they give you to do while you're at the seminar. And it's a great life lesson. Let's see, what's another takeaway? A great takeaway was, oh, the very thing that here's the thing. When you go to seminars and you go to workshops or any kind of thing, and they mentioned this while they were there, and I do this instinctively, but it was a great reminder to hear. You're not necessarily trying to absorb all of the information, because it's a lot of information usually coming at you. But if you can walk away with one aha from whatever it is you go to, it was worth it. And I had a big, huge aha on Sunday evening while we were doing an exercise around how we felt about money. Because at the beginning of the seminar, you do an exercise and you examine your beliefs, and then at the end of the seminar you come back to it after you've gotten all the information that they want to give you, and you kind of examine yourself again to see where you're at. And the biggest takeaway that I got, many of you guys know my story. You know that my husband passed away in 2007, and you know I was a widow and blah 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 blah. But what you may not know is I got all this money life insurance, pensions, Social Security, all these different things. I had all this money coming to me at one time. And in 4 years, less than 4 years, I was broke. I had no money. I had over $250,000, right? I went from $0 to $250,000 in like 2 or 3 days after he died. And then 3 years later, I was broke. And one of the things that my dear Reverend Valerie Love, if you don't know who Valerie Love is, please go to valerielove.com and check out who she is. But she helped me to unlock a belief that I had been holding on to about money. And the belief was that this money was blood money. And what happened to me this weekend when we went over this exercise where we had to examine like our beliefs about money is that I uncovered this belief that I had that everyone that I love, I wound up, if I lose them, I wound up losing them because of money. And my husband wasn't the only person like that I included, because you had to write everything down and write why that is. And you know, I had an issue with my brother-in-law that surrounded money that still is going on right now, that I have just decided to release it to the universe, release it to God, and give it to Him, and I know that it will be dealt with, right? But I started to cry. I started to cry and just get all of that pain and that hurt out. And you know what? The 12-hour days, the cold weather, the inconvenience of having to get up early, because I've been also participating in a 150-day Psalms challenge, and that's also being facilitated by Reverend Valerie Love. You know, if you guys want to know more about that, let me know. The call is every day at 4:44 a.m. and that's a challenge, because I'm naturally a night owl. I like to go to sleep 2 and 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I stay up to 7. And you know, here it is. I have this intensive that I have to go to that's 12 and 13-hour days, and then I had to get up for this 4:44 call in the morning. I couldn't go back to sleep and get a little couple more hours of sleep. I had to get up and then go do this intensive. And y'all, it was some drama on Sunday morning surrounding that whole little inconvenience that I felt like I was having. But you know what? Had I not gone through all of that, I would have never gotten that breakthrough that I so desperately needed. So out of all of the takeaways that I got this weekend, that one was the most powerful one and the most effective one. And there were so many more, and I'm trying to keep this video very, very short. But the other thing I want to mention is there's a program called the Enlightened Warrior Program that's run by T.Harv. And I have made the decision to go do that program. It's a 3-day super duper duper intensive, and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone yet again. You know, this is the year of me getting way outside of the box. Well, I am going to be starting a GoFundMe account very shortly, and I am asking for your help and your participation to assist me in going on getting to the Enlightened Warriors program. And this is a very hard thing for me to do, because one of the affirmations that we were saying during the intensive, I'm going to share in the group all of the different affirmations. I've shared half of them. There's another whole sheet that I want to share with you guys. But one of the affirmations is, I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver, right? And most of us are, especially us women, oh girls, ladies, women, warrior women, We have got to get it together, especially when it comes to being receivers, excellent receivers, right? Because we're always giving to our families and to our friends, and we do it without thinking. And there was another powerful exercise, just to give you an idea, where you had to go around in the room and you had to give people compliments, and people had to give you compliments, and you could not give them a compliment back. You had to just say thank you. And people were having some issues with that. I mean, even me, people were coming up and a lot of people complimenting me on a scarf that I had on, and it was just like, thank you. And I could feel the instinctiveness coming up to like say, well, what can I say to them? And it was like, nope, you can't say anything. You just have to receive. Right? So I'm putting myself out there, and I am reaching out, and I'm asking for you all to help me and to assist me in getting to this program. It's in July 2015. I am excited about it. I am pumped. I'm ready to go. And I hope that you will all join me and assist me in this lofty, lofty goal. And I'll be sharing details about that soon. But anyway, I hope that what I've shared, it is my prayer and my hope that someone watches this video and is compelled to want to know more about the Millionaire Mind Intensive. It is coming to a lot of different cities in 2015. Like I said, again, it's free. It's free. And it's a life-changing experience. And I really, really hope and pray that my warrior women take advantage of such a wonderful program. And again, I love you as always. Stay blessed and have a beautiful day. If you're going to see this tomorrow morning, have a beautiful day. If you're seeing this in the evening or the afternoon, have a wonderful afternoon and have a restful night. Mwah. Love you guys.